What is up, everyone? My name is Ruby, and I know it's been a while since I uploaded a video, and this is part 3 of your My Hero Academia life. So, let's start. Once I press skip. You are in the classroom, and for the first time since coming to the academy, you were paying attention to what Mr. Ozawa was saying. You did a good job training yesterday. I saw the video and the results. Bakugo. He looked towards him. You're very talented, so stop acting like a child, he said. You laughed a little. I understand, Bakugo replied annoyed. After that, Ozawa looked toward Midoriya and said, Midoriya, did you break your arms again? You can't keep getting away with it because you don't know how to control your power. Midoriya nodded his head. After that, Ozawa turned his gaze towards you. Nay. I gladly thank who or whatever it is if they give me the chance, but it's been years. I ever did it. I know. You said, rolling your eyes. Everyone who saw your fight that day kept telling you that. Good job. You were excellent, he said. At first, you looked at him confused, but then you smiled proudly. What? She cut off my brother's hand. You praised her for that? Parko asked angrily. You assumed she hated you, and she had reasons with how you embraced her and what you did to her brother. But injuries are an integral part of a hero life. You can't win without hurting your opponent, Ozawa explained to her.
For this watch everywhere, in the bathroom, in his jeans pockets, in his coat pockets, in the bedside table, under the bed, behind the bed,
Parko was about to say something, but decided to keep it to herself. Now that we've said that, we have to choose a class president, Ozawa said. When he said that, there was a complete chaos in the class. Everyone wanted to be in the position. Everyone but you. It's just a lot of work, you know? Quiet, please, Ida shouted. Even though he apologized for the exam thing and was nice to you, but in Midoriya, you didn't like him. It was because you hadn't forgiven him yet, or he was just annoying. I do not know. He gave one of his speeches in which he explained that the role of class president is not for everyone, and that they should vote. What do you think, Ozawa-sensei? He asked. Ozawa was already in the sleeping bag. I'm not interested in that, but you have to decide before class ends. Thank you very much, Ida shouted. You rolled your eyes and thought about who you were going to vote for. In the end, you decided to vote for Momo. Momo and Midoriya had the same number of votes, so they agreed that Momo would be the vice president and the class president. You thought, I have 4 votes. Why? You wondered. Why did anyone vote for me? You asked, looking at everyone in the class. Nobody said anything. Huh? They voted for the person they're freaking afraid of. What kind of jerks do I go to class with? You thought of a way to get out of the position. You sighed and looked towards the board where the name of the votes were written. Okay, you mumbled. You were on the bench in front of the school eating lunch. Class president, huh? There has to be some way to get out of the position, he said quietly. Your gaze turned towards the entrance of the academy. Journalists and the like managed to destroy the gate. Ozawa and the loud guy came quickly. An alarm sounded in the school. Students pushed each other in fear, trying to get out of the academy. I bet they think the villain is here, you said with a sneer. May looked at Ozawa. He wanted to tell you something. Go tell the students that they're just reporters. You think a couple of journalists can break into the academy? If so, you should improve your defense. He laughed a little. May, Ozawa was visibly angry at what you said. You were proud because he was one of those people who was almost impossible to annoy. And you like to annoy people. Okay, I'm going, you said, including the quirk ghost. You came to a bunch of students who were pushing towards the exit. You calmly passed through them. The crowd was not a problem because you were in the ghost quirk. You were thinking about how to get their attention. These people want to be heroes. They look pretty pathetic right now, he said. May, how can you be so rude at that time? You turned around when you heard Ida's voice. Don't you know? Someone broke into the academy, he said worriedly. Ida, just the person I'm looking for. You said, smiling. As since they told me to deliver a message to you. The person who broke into the academy are just dang journalists. You told me to tell you to deliver that message to the other students. You lied. I see. But I'm not sure I can tell everyone. He told me to tell you because he trusts you. He said, you're the person who can handle this situation. But if you don't think you can, I can tell him. I just imagine he'll be very disappointed, you told him. You're right. I'll find a way. Thank you for telling me, May, he said optimistically. I just did what all Sensei told me, you answered in just 10 seconds. Ida was already flying towards the exit. Everyone, listen. No need to worry. They're just reporters, he shouted. Soon the police came and the journalists left. I have something to say. You were in class. You decided to get rid of the duties of class president. And what Ida did was the perfect opportunity. Just do that. Crap. No!
There have been a lot of stories connecting people's birthmarks to injuries in previous lives. The former head of the psychiatry department at the University of Virginia, Dr. Ian Stevenson, spent a large chunk of the
At today's training, the class will consist of 3 teachers. Me, All Might, and one other person. You were in class listening to Ozawa explain. I'm sorry. What will be today's task? A black-haired boy asked. Ciro. I think his name is Ciro, or U.S. Kyoko, studying him. Exactly. His work is that he shoots ribbons from his elbows. You can beat him easily, she answered. I see. Rescue training? Ozawa answered Ciro's question. You prefer to fight, but you were aware that rescue was also an integral part of being a hero. You decide if you want to wear costumes or not, he said. You decide to wear a costume. Training will be held outside of school, so we take the bus. That's all. Start getting ready, he finished his explanation. Moments later, you were in front of the school waiting for the bus. You approached you. May, he greeted you. Hi, You looked at him and smiled kindly. Why did you put me in the role of class president? He asked. Because you fit the role better than I do, and because I don't want to be a class president. He answered. That's all? Are you sure? He asked. Yeah. You don't want to continue the conversation with him, so he said, the bus is coming. He sat on the bus and talked. The conversation was relaxed until one moment. I speak in mind. Midoriya. I speak my mind, Midoriya. Tsuyu began to speak. Your power is the same as All Might, she said. You frowned at that. You were really ready to come up with 1,000 reasons why it wasn't like that, but Kirishima stopped you. Wait, Tsuyu, All Might doesn't get hurt every time he uses his quirk. They just seem similar, he said, but it's really good to have such a boost power. You can do so many cool things. My quirk of being tough is strong against others, but unfortunately, it doesn't look cool. He snuffed one hand. Some years later, my dad was showing me videos of us at Yellowstone National Park. I made the same mistake on one. I noticed the same guy, the same look, the same clothes. You started his hand carefully and said, "It's cool to me." Also, kinda looks like my quirk, he said as you turn your hand into a blade. Really? He said and smiled. I wonder who was stronger. Mine, of course, you said and looked at him proudly. Kirishima smiled even more at that. My navel laser possesses both brilliance and power, Yuga said. That quirk disgusts me, Morsha said honestly. Well, if you're talking about brilliance and strength, it's Todoroki and Bakugo, right? Kirishima asked. Bakugo is always nervous, so I doubt he'd reach any population, Tsuyu said. You wouldn't die? Bakugo shouted in annoyance. See? Tsuyu pointed her finger at him, ignoring his threat. Interestingly, we haven't known each other for long, and everyone already knows that his personality is crap, Denki said. How dare you, you idiot! I'll kill you, Bakugo yelled in annoyance. You walked past him, completely ignoring him. You wanted to talk to Aizawa. Aizawa-sensei, he said, sitting next to him. May, is everything okay? He asked. I wanted to ask you about yesterday, he said, ignoring his question. Oh my god. Oh god. When we sat down, we took out both boxes and set them on the table about 2 feet apart. My friend opened the first box and we saw a shrimp lo mein. Exactly. Do you think the reporters did it? We believe someone else is to blame. Do you know who?
Did you know?
We don't know. I see. In that case, there's a possibility that the villains want to attack us. Is it wise to separate from the school? I understand your concern, but there's no need to worry. We'll have 3 pro heroes with you at all times, including All Might, he explained. I know, but still, it doesn't matter, you said. What did you want to ask him? Kiriko asked you. Nothing important, you asked her briefly in your mind, walking back to the rest of the class. Guys, I've been waiting for you. There was a person in the astronaut department in front of you. It's a space hero? 13? Midoriya said. I love 13, Uraga said cheerfully. Never heard of her, he said quietly. You entered the building where the exercise was to take place. She was huge. There was a different kind of accident in each work. 13? Where's All Might? We were supposed to meet him here, Aizawa asked 13. 13 showed 3 fingers and said, "Looks like he did too much work on the way here and wasted his time." She said it quietly so that no one could hear. But you had the hearing of a cat and easily heard what she said. Whatever. Shall we start?
You don't speak that language. Weird, right? What a mind melt. There have been strange incidences of people dreaming in languages that they
13
do not
Zola
usually
looked
speak
at
or
you,
understand.
and 13 said,
They
"Before we start, I'll tell you a few
Still,
things."
some people have even reported
Why
this happening
better
in
in
real
me?
waking life.
He thought.
I found
13
two
explained
stories
that
on
her
Reddit.
quirk
Wiki
is called
Repost
black hole.
wrote, "Several
It
years
turns
ago, I
everything
woke up in bed
it
next to my
sucks
now
into
ex-girlfriend,
dust.
and we had a
And
conversation
she
in
explained that
fluent
this quirk
French.
can
I got
easily
up and
kill.
got in the shower,
Everyone
and as the
but you
water
were
started
surprised
running,
when she
I
said
realized
that.
neither of us spoke French.
Then she
When I
asked,
got out, I asked her about it, and she remembered it
"Some of
happening
you
too,
have a
but
similar
she was
quirk,
as
don't
confused
you?"
as I was. I can't even
You were
remember
still
what it
looking
was
at
that we
her
talked
with
about
an
because
indifferent
I don't
expression.
speak French.
She then
Weird.
went
Now,
on to
someone
say
replied
that
to that comment with their
we have to
own
be
similar
careful
experience.
how
That
we
was
use
really weird
quirks,
to read. They said I had a
and
similar
that we
story. I was in
have
Paris on Christmas
them
Eve
to
doing a
help
Kon-Tiki
people,
tour,
not kill
and I was
them.
in a nightclub, absolutely blackout drunk, and
That's
jumped
all?
into a taxi with one of the girls from the
That's
tour.
all.
She came up to me
Thank you
in
for
the
listening to
morning,
me.
telling me that she was very
You take a deep
impressed
breath.
with my French.
You sense
She said
trouble.
that she was so
Minora
impressed that I
noticed
spoke
the
French
concern
so
on your
fluently.
face and
After I
walked
told
over
her
to
that I don't
you.
know how to speak French, she
May,
told me that I'd had a 30-minute
May,
conversation in fluent
don't
French with her
worry.
and the taxi driver.
This is
It blew
just
me away,
practice.
but she was so adamant that it
Besides,
had happened.
I'm
Yes,
sure you'll be
my
great.
actual dad
You
was
couldn't
in
help
America
but
for 3 months
smile
and
at
woke up
his
with an American
comment.
accent, so I do think
"I'm
brains
not
are
worried about
pretty strange."
that,"
Number 8,
he said.
we have the little girl with asthma. From previous stories I've
"Then
told you,
what are
you
you
may
worried
pick up on
about?"
the fact that
he
my family is
asked,
a little bit
confused.
mystical. They kind of
Before
believe
you
in
could
all of
answer,
that stuff.
everyone
My
felt
mom and
silent and
stepdad
looked at the same
definitely
place.
believe in the
All the
other
lights
world,
went out,
as does
and
my
before the
nana.
fountain
My dad, on the other hand, thinks it's
that
total
was located
nonsense, so
a
make
few
of that what you
kilometers
will.
from you,
So when I was
a
young,
black
we had
portal
a really
opened.
horrible car accident, and afterwards my mum started going to a psychic. One day she went, and it seemed that she got a message from her uncle, my nana's brother Leonard, who died
Out of
when I
it
was
came a
very
man
young.
with
Now,
many
Uncle
palms
Leonard
on his
loved
body
his
and
garden.
face,
He was
a man
always
made
out
of
there
smoke,
planting or digging
and
things
who
up.
knows
One
how
day he
many
came
other
through to my
people.
mum as a psychic
Get
saw a man
together
in his garden
and
wearing
don't
a
move.
flat cap, just like he
13.
always did. He looked
Watch
fat,
over
though,
the
rather
students,
than being
was our
his usual
order.
jovial
You
self.
realized the
When the
seriousness
psychic
of the
spoke to him,
situation
he said
when
that he
you
was
heard
worried
the
today.
concern
He was
instinct
worried
in
about
his
a little
voice.
girl with asthma. Now, I had really bad
You
asthma as a
realize,
young child, so bad I had to go to hospital a few times and stay
I
overnight.
read that
When
part.
Uncle Leonard was alive,
You
he
try to
really
figure
liked me,
out
and
what
he
to
knew
do.
I had asthma. He even came to see me after I'd been in hospital and would give me sweets, which my mum didn't love. At the time that he said that he was really worried about me, I honestly wasn't doing very well. Not because of the asthma,
But
because
you
my family was having a bit of a horrible
instinct-
time, and despite always
instinct
getting
told
good
you,
grades in school, I
fight.
was struggling and going
However,
home at lunchtime
before you
drinking
did
with my
anything,
friends, and I was
Kiddo
only
said
12,
something to
so
you.
things were pretty bad, and my mum
May,
never really noticed.
listen to
because
him.
things were bad
He is
for
a
her
pro
too.
hero.
After Uncle
He
Leonard's
knows what
warning,
he's
she
doing.
focused her attention on
If
me
there's
and was
trouble,
able to see for
you'll need
herself
to be
that I
here to
needed some
help.
Was
13
this
protect
really a
the
well-timed
students.
message from her dead uncle?
You nodded and
If
looked
so,
at Zola
what
worried.
kind of reality we are living
Can
in?
he really
Okay, so
defeat
I'll be
so
either
many
and
people?
the kitchen up
You
next.
thought.
Coming in at number 7, we have the cat is dead and the cat is alive. So a little thought experiment for you right here. This
Oh
one
my
will
goodness.
mess with your understanding of reality.
Hopefully the
Hurrah!
volume's not
This
too
real
high.
theory, or whatever you want to call it, is known as Schrodinger's cat, and it was
Even
dreamt
though
up by
you
an
were
Austrian
sure that
physicist
these
called
people were
Erwin
powerful,
Schrödinger.
you
So
didn't
the cat
feel
is
the
in a black
slightest
box
bit of fear.
filled with a
In fact,
flask of
since
poison.
you
The box
woke
is
up
sealed. You would not know if the
that
cat was
day
dead
at the
or
base,
The movie that has
you never
critics
felt
raving is
fear.
now streaming on Paramount Plus.
13. Begin evacuation. You came back to reality when you heard Zola. At the moment, you
Now
felt
streaming on Paramount
only
Plus.
one emotion. Anger. What are you going to do? Fight all of them alone? There are too many of them. Even if you erase all their quirks, it will be hard to win. Almost everyone looked at you confused and scared. This was the first time they felt anger in your voice. You can't be a hero with just one trick.
alive until you opened up the box again. So,
He
until
said,
the
turning
box
to
is
you.
opened, the cat is, in theory, both alive and dead. The only two possible outcomes. This theory is applied
I'll
to the
be
way
fine.
electrons behave.
Whispered his
Electrons
words.
are little
You still looked at him with
subatomic
angry
particles
eyes.
found in atoms.
He ignored your look, and jumped towards the villains. You took one step after him when 13 stood in front of you. Listen to your teacher, she said. You clenched your fist and glared at her. After a few seconds, you turned and looked at the floor. You took a deep breath and calmed yourself down. Look, he's already defeated a dozen of them without a single scratch. You looked at Zawa struggling. Everyone has limits, he said, annoyed, and turned around.
I'm going to drop right into it and we'll discuss it after. They said in a 4th or 5th grade we stopped all of our classes for the day. Two people
and
came
held
into our classroom, a
for
man and a woman,
head for
and they
the
didn't say
exit.
why they were there or
You
where
and
they
the
had
rest
come
of the
from.
class
They handed
followed
out
her.
questionnaire booklets that
You were in
seemed
front
like
of the exit
standardized
when the
tests,
guy
except
with the
for
black smoke
questions within them.
appeared in
50
front
or
of you.
so questions, all of them
I
true
will
or
let
false
you
format, but
out,
with really,
he
really
said.
weird content.
No
So
one
I can
is
remember what
asking for
true
your
or false.
permission, he
Worms
said,
talk to
annoyed.
trucks,
Before you could
and
do
true
anything,
or false,
Bakugo and
apples
Kirishima
are blue.
jumped
We all
up and
answered
attacked
them
him.
while looking really confused, and
He
our
barely
teacher was
reacted
silent the entire
to their
time. The next
attack.
day,
My
nobody said
job
a
is
word
to
about the
tear you
test.
apart
I
and
remember
torture
asking
you to
people
death,
what they were,
he
but
said,
nobody could
spraying
recall
smoke
where the
around
people
you.
were from. We never saw them again, and no faculty of the school ever once mentioned a test. We didn't have them the next year and had never had them before. I still have no clue what they
Idiots,
wanted
shouted,
from us.
running
All right,
towards
what is going
Bakugo
on
and
there, guys?
Kirishima.
That sounds like something
And the
out of
next
a
second,
movie,
you found
like
yourself
some sort
in
of
an
creepy
unusual
CIA
place
stuff.
with
Coming into
Morsha.
number 5, we have the Men in Black sightings. I love the 1997 Men
This
in Black
must
movie.
be
I
a
absolutely cannot believe that it's over
landslide
20
site,
years
she
old.
said.
I love the Will Smith,
It
Tommy Lee
seems
Jones
so.
double act, but
You
an
took a
act
deep
is
breath.
exactly what I thought it was. They're
I don't have time
really
for
an
this.
organisation with secret knowledge of aliens,
What do you want
right?
to say?
Well, it seems that actually there have been
What do you
countless
want to
sightings of
say?
Men in Black
She
suits
asked
behaving
you.
slightly outside the norm, then never to be
You
seen again.
looked at
In
her and the
1955,
answer.
Dr. Albert K. Bender was visited by strange men in suits who warned him to cease and desist with his research into UFOs. Who were they? Other people working in alien research.
I have to get to Ozawa Sensei as soon as possible. You answered. Why? He's the guy who made a surprise attack, destroying the enemies and leaves. There's a lot of people there who knows where he is, you answered. You think he can't fight? Morsha asked confused.
After a while, the homeowner would report checking on them, only to find that they'd vanished. Was the Mothman an alien, and were the Men in Black somehow linked? Okay, it's all getting very Cloud Atlas here at
Not
number
long.
At number 4, we have the alien hijack. It's 1977.
Maybe you're right,
watching
Morsha
television,
muttered.
but then
Of
this
course I'm right.
happens.
I'm always right.
All captured prisoners of war.
Before she said anything, a dozen of people appeared around you.
In Australia, Mr. Perry Packer has triggered us. Are still
Like,
I'm sorry,
what's going
ladies,
on? You found
but
the
I'm
box
going to
of
have
it.
to
You're
kill
like,
you.
what's this signal?
One of
What's
them
going
said.
on? People used to back
If
on
you
boxes
ask
in
me
those days. The
nicely,
TV was
I might
analog,
spare
not digital,
you.
and sometimes signals would just get
I'll
interrupted.
even let you
After a
be
while
and
of
not
banging,
be
this
my maid.
happens.
this is the voice of a representative.
You looked at him with annoyed eyes, and he did not react. How dare you? You glared at him.
Hi there, Verillion.
Okay,
So Verillion
after I
is
give
said
you
to
a
be
good
an alien from
reading,
the Ashtar Galactic Command, and he hijacked a Southern television broadcast via the Hannington transmitter of the Independent Broadcast Authority in the UK at 5 p.m. on November the 26th.
I'll give you a
Now,
good
the time
reading.
zone of the alien is
You'll
unknown.
change your
I am
mind.
kind of assuming
Do you know
Verillion's
how
gender here, so
popular
please
cat
excuse me,
girls
but I'm
are
going
these
with he.
days?
He
He
said,
asked.
all of your weapons and
When
people
you
must be
put on the
removed,
maid
and you have
dress,
but a short time to
you
learn
couldn't
to live
hold
in
him back
peace,
anymore.
or
You couldn't hold
you
back
must leave the
anymore.
galaxy.
In just
This is our
1 second,
message
you
to
appeared
our
in
dear
front of him.
friends. We've
One
watched
of
you growing
your
for many
hands became a
years
blade,
as you two
and he
have
cut off
watched
his head.
lights in your skies. You know now
God,
that we are here, and that there are
decapitation.
war beings on and around
You're
your Earth,
disgusting.
your scientists
You
admit.
went.
We're deeply
You
concerned
whispered
about
in
you and
his
your
ear
path
before you
towards
killed
the
him.
light, and we do
After
all
that,
we can
you
to
used
help
correct
you.
gas
Now, the broadcast
manipulation
interruption is generally
and created
considered to
poisonous
be a
gas
hoax,
around
but
everyone
we
else
still
except
don't
Morsha.
actually know where it came from. If
They
I was
immediately
watching
started
some TV
screaming,
on
and
that
after a
wintry
second,
night, I would
they died.
truly have begun to question my reality
We've
outside
wasted
my
too
world.
much
Maybe
time.
scientists in the government do know more than they're letting on.
Let's go.
Does J.K. Rowling know
Morsha
more than she's letting on?
looked
We have
at you
to move on to
scared.
number 3.
But then she
We have
broke
the
out
Man
of her
with Dread.
trance and
This
started
is a
running.
very scary
Along,
story that comes
she
from
wasn't as fast as you.
1954, when a smart-looking man was detained at the Japanese border. Now, he had just arrived on a
Sorry.
plane from Europe to Hadena Airport. The man said that he was on his 3rd business trip to Japan that
You
year,
had reached
and
the
he had a
place
wallet
where
filled with a
Ozawa
mixture of
was
currency
fighting.
seeming to
Some huge monster broke both of his arms
Valentino.
and his head. You watched the scene. You saw it. You heard Ozawa scream. And before you know it, you kicked the monster, which retreated. Ozawa-sensei, Mosha shouted in fear as she approached Zawa. You'll be fine. I'll do some first aid. May will destroy the monster. May, don't. He tried to say something, but he fainted. These words only made you angrier. When you heard him struggling to say one sentence, May, that's not smart. The guy is as strong as All Might. You don't have. You don't stand a chance against him. Keiko warned you.
Hilda is never gonna write us into her will. She's gonna like us.
You got into a fight stance and said, I don't care. I'll kill him. It's not that simple. She started to speak but realized she couldn't convince you to give up. Kill her, Nomu. You didn't look away to see who was watching. You just remembered the name, Nomu. The name of someone who must die. You looked at Nomu. What makes you think you could do something like this to my sensei? He shouted angrily. Ozawa woke up, a bit barely breathing. Mosha wasted no time to immediately bandage his wounds. Nomu punched you, but you quickly used Ghost Quirk, the Quirk Ghost. You moved to the side and returned to normal. You hit Nomu's head with all your might, and he didn't react at all. You grabbed your hand and started squeezing it. If you had stayed like that for another second, your hand would have been crushed. But you used the Quirk hand sword, and the blade did a little damage on him, and quickly let go of your hand. You proudly watched his palm bleed, even though it was nothing more than a scratch. You felt the hope that you could win. Funny, isn't it? Nomu quickly clenched his other fist that was about to punch you. You used Quirk Ghost again, moved away from his hand and back to normal. This time, you turned both hands into blades. In turn, tried to stab him in the heart, since he slipped away and you didn't take any damage. Suddenly, your eyes turned into the black smoke guy, and then disappeared. Shigaraki Tomura, he said. Kogiri, did you kill 13? I defeated 13, but I couldn't do the same to the students. One of them went to go help, he explained. You're relieved to hear that they stayed in line, even though you felt sorry for 13. Shigaraki started scratching his neck. Kogiri, if you weren't a teleporting gate, I would kill you. What about the guy in the mirror? You thought. You can't defeat that many heroes. Game over. God, it really is game over this time. Let's get out of here, he said. You didn't know if you were happy or sad when you heard that. You knew you couldn't beat these guys, but you were still very angry. You wanted to kill them, otherwise you didn't get angry easily. You always calm, but now, after this, you wanted to kill them. Before we go, let's go kill some of All Might's students, Shigaraki said, turning towards the water where Midoriya, Soyu and Midoriya were. Mineta were. I didn't notice them at all, you thought. You're like that when you get angry. May, you get careless. Keiko told you. In a second, Shigaraki was in front of 3 of them, placing his hand on Suyu's head. Before he could do anything, his hand was already on her head.
This community looked nice and consisted of mostly bungalows, which
I'm sure now I'm gonna kill this guy. You ran towards them to stop Shigaraki, but Noma stopped you. Aizawa-sensei, don't force yourself, Morsha called out, worried. You looked at Aizawa, who was using his squirt. You're really cool. Raise your head. Shigaraki said. Aizawa passed out again. You looked at Morsha, worried. Do not worry, she told you. In a second, Numu attacked you again. You moved quickly and he hit the floor. You won't kill me that easily, you shouted, attacking him. You stopped your attack when you felt a strong wind coming from Medora's direction. You could barely stand. You saw Noma blocking Medora's punch. You didn't even get hurt. You thought and looked at your hands. You have no choice of winning, do we? We don't. We have no choice of winning, do we? You thought. You were furious. I can dodge their attacks forever, but I can't hurt them. Can I? Dang it. Your head started to hurt. You felt like you were going to explode in any minute. May, are you okay? Morsha shouted, walking up to you. She was very more scared when she saw your lifeless look. Blood starting to come out of your eyes like tears. May! She cried out desperately. Suddenly, the exit door broke. All-Might entered through them. When you saw him, you felt a glimmer of hope. You quickly wiped the blood that was coming out of your eyes, but the blood continued to flow. Your vision started to blur. You took a deep breath and walked over to Aizawa, completely ignoring Morsha. You saw him lying unconscious on the floor. You looked away from him to All Might. He didn't smile. For the first time in your life, you saw him with a serious expression on his face. It's alright now, because I'm here, he said. You sat on the floor. Morsha quickly approached you. He started examining you like a real doctor. You completely ignored her and continued watching All Might. You didn't even realize it was moving. He just suddenly appeared in front of you, and Morsha was Aizawa in his arms. I'm sorry. This wasn't happened if I had came earlier, he said, and started coughing up blood. All Might looked at you without saying anything. You looked with which he looked at you was enough for you to understand his message. Don't talk nonsense. Still, you couldn't help but feel guilty. A feeling of weakness ran through your body. There was nothing you can do to help him. If All Might had shown up, you'll all be dead soon. At that moment, you just wanted to slap yourself. All Might looked at Shigaraki, and in a second, he was holding Medora, Tsuyu, and Mineta. He dropped them on the floor. Everyone, head to the exit, he ordered. Medora and Mineta received Aizawa, and Tsuyu followed them. May, come. I'll help you get up, Morsha said. You shook your head. I'll stay, you said. Don't be stupid. You'll only bother All Might, she shouted. At that, your eyes opened and your head started to hurt again. This time, so hard that you started screaming. Tears mixed with blood and flowed from your eyes, which hurt unbearably. You can say it's unbearable. Ha! Puns! May! Morsha cried out desperately. Relax. Surrender to the pain, and you will be strong. Stronger than All Might. You heard a strange voice in your head. It wasn't Keiko, but you were the only one who heard it. You didn't listen to him. After what he said, you were even more sure that something terrible would happen if you listened to him. You can't. Suddenly, you couldn't see anything anymore. Everything was black. You were awake,
This was
but you didn't
honestly
see.
such a treat to see this video that
You
they
heard the
forgot
sound
even
of a
existed,
fight.
and to be
Suddenly,
able
the
to see their
pain
dog once again.
subsided.
They switched to another SD card to see if
May,
there were any more hidden
are you
gems
okay?
they had forgotten about.
Marsha asked you, worried.
Unfortunately, the other SD cards
I don't
didn't
see
really contain
anything,
much. When
you
they
answered.
switched back to the
What?
original SD
How is that
card, they saw
possible?
the thumbnail
Your
for the
eyes look
video with the
perfectly
dog. They
normal.
selected it, but when it went
Marsha,
to load,
tell me
the
what's going
screen
on.
just suddenly looked like it was
All Might
cracked
and
all
Nomu
over.
fight.
They backed out of the thumbnail, and then the entire
I
video just completely
see.
disappeared, as well as
But
the
All Might
fact that
attack
now the
seems to
brand
have
new
no
camera
effect.
screen was just all messed
So,
up. Well, looking
I
through
was
their
right.
SD cards, did the camera
About what?
somehow transport them into an alternate reality where that video was taken? I don't know. This whole situation is super weird. Moving on to number 4. This story comes from a person who works at a retirement home, so they
that
have
one.
to get a weekly COVID test. The test
Makes
takes
sense.
place in a building farthest from the building that they
Mora,
actually work in, so
Marsha,
they drove their car
what's
over
going
to the
on?
test, parked their
You
car in the
asked.
lot, but
Marsha
everybody
hesitated
thinks
for a
the
few
test
seconds
was
at first,
routine and
but then
super
she
quick and
answered you.
easy. At the test,
All
they saw
Might,
a friend of theirs and
he
offered
tried to
them a
throw
ride back
Nomu
the
to a
building that
floor,
they worked in. The pair
but
headed
the
up
guy
to
with
the
the
lot
portal
and
got
realized
in
that
the
their
way,
car was still
and now
running,
All
but
Might's
the
bleeding.
doors were locked. They searched
And
their pockets
you
to make
realize
sure
how
that they
worried
didn't
Marsha
have a
was,
key,
so
but
you didn't.
since the car was still running,
She
this obviously
didn't
wasn't
even have
possible, and
to
there was no
understand the
spare key for the
situation.
car, so they ended up
Me,
calling the locksmith to come and help them
don't
out.
try
The pair
anything
waited
stupid.
inside the testing
You
building
can't even
until
see.
the locksmith arrived.
You
When
have
they
no
got
choice
there,
in
they
a
went out
fight.
to the car and
No
realized
chance
it
in
wasn't
fight.
running anymore. They thought
I
maybe
know.
it had run
You
out of
clenched your
gas, or
fists
maybe the
and said
battery had
you were
died, but they
angry
felt like it
that
hadn't
you
been
couldn't
that
do
long. The
anything,
locksmith opened
but
the
you
car
didn't want
door,
to
and when
cause
they
trouble.
reached in for the keys,
Wait,
they realized
the door
that
is
they
coming.
weren't in the ignition. This shocked them both
Marsha
because the car
shouted
was
happily.
definitely
However,
on earlier when they
that only
realized
made
that
you
they were
more
locked
worried.
out. They went to walk back
Move
into the
away,
testing
Deku.
center to look in there,
You got
and after
even more
taking a
confused
couple
when you
steps,
heard
they
Bakugo's
the
voice.
keys jingle in their
What is he
pocket.
doing
The same
here?
pockets
You
that
asked.
they had
You
checked
got the guy with the
before. Where
portal.
did these keys
That
come
Bakugo
from? Because
is
they
amazing.
definitely weren't in there before, and now they
You
have to
clenched
pay
your
a
fists when
locksmith
you heard
$200
that.
for
You
no
were glad
reason.
that
Coming in at
help
number
had
3,
came.
this one is another
But
dog
you felt
story, and
pathetic
starts
that
off
you
with
couldn't
a
do
woman
anything.
who we'll call
Marsha knows
Anna
that you
having
were
a
upset.
bi-weekly phone call with her
But
mom just to catch up and see
you're
what's
way
going on.
more
Anna's mom
more
unfortunately had
amazing
to
than
inform
him,
her
May.
that Anna's
Look,
sister's dog,
Kirishama's here
named
too.
Honey, had passed away. Anna was
You told me to
obviously
look.
super upset at
Really?
this loss and called her sister to check in after hearing the news.
Kirishima,
Anna had tons of
here.
questions about where they were planning to bury the dog, as well as how her
Why do you
sister's
need
son
him?
was doing with the loss. Anna told
Marsha
her boyfriend how
completely
upset
ignored
she
your
was about the
question.
loss of the dog, as they had
May,
a really strong
Marsha,
bond. Flash
how
forward
can I
6
help
months, and
you?
Anna is heading
You
home
heard
for
Kirishima's
Thanksgiving.
voice.
Her sister was
We
heading out
don't
of
need
town
help,
to
he
spend the
answered
holiday with
briefly.
her in-laws, and she left her pets
Kirishima,
at
I
her
need
parents'
help
house so that
getting
they
Wai
could
into
watch
safety.
over. As Anna walks into
May
her
to
parents'
safety.
home, she sees Honey, healthy as can be, just
Marsha
sitting in
said.
the living room. Anna was of
Huh?
course overjoyed,
Who
but
shouted?
asked her mom
She
why
lost
she
her
had told her
sight,
that Honey
and
died.
every time
Anna's
she
mom was
moves,
super
her head hurts
confused
a
and
lot.
said that
Marsha
conversation
explained your
never
condition.
happened. After leaving
I
her
see.
parents' house, Anna asked her boyfriend
I'm
about it, and he
not
said he was
going
super glad that
anywhere,
she brought it up
you
because
said,
he also
pouting.
remembered the conversation.
May,
If they somehow ended
you're
up in a world
hurt.
where Honey was still
Kirishima
alive,
started
while
to
this would be
speak.
such an amazing
I know,
surprise,
but I
it would
won't
also
leave.
be
I can't
unbelievably
forgive
creepy.
myself
In our
for
number 2 spot today,
leaving
this story comes
while
from a guy who loves
you are
cars,
here
but had a
fighting.
weird
You're
moment
risking your
about
life.
15 years
I
ago
don't
that
know
he
how,
just couldn't get
but
off of his mind.
I will help
When he
you.
was in his early 20s,
You
he
said
loved to
firmly.
speed in cars and just wanted to go fast. His friend had a car that he really wanted to drive, and one day it just turned
May,
out to be
you're
his
so
lucky
cool,
day, and his friend
Kirishima
finally
said.
gave in. He hopped in the
Huh?
driver's seat with his friend who owned
But
the car in the passenger
tell
seat,
me
and
what's
another buddy in the back,
happening
and off
now,
they went.
you
They went to an
ordered.
empty freeway
Right
around
now,
3 a.m.
Todoroki just froze the monster and All Might broke loose. Kirishima explained. When did Todoroki came? When did Todoroki come? Yuan asked. Just now, he answered. Now, excuse me, I'm going to fight. Be careful. Kurogiri, our entry and exit has been disabled. We're in trouble. You smiled when you heard Todoroki's words. You bastard! You're exactly what I thought. Only part of you can turn into a portal. That mist covers your body, doesn't it? Bakugo said. You're smarter than I thought, you said.
When I forget my lines on set,
What's that
there's
supposed to
always someone
mean,
there to save me.
Bakugo-san?
Hence my latest innovation,
Actually,
the
you're not.
password
You
supervisor.
said disappointed.
Streaming password.
Huh?
Private Ryan.
May,
You don't need
please.
to. Your password's
Moshe
fine.
was calming you down.
Password.
Oh Oh no, Nomu broke free. Oh god, I gotta read that part again. Oh no! Nomu broke free of the ice! Your smile just appeared when you heard Morse's words. Don't move, All Might shouted. First, we have to restart the portal. Go, Nomu, you heard Shigaraki's voice. At that moment, your sigh returned. Everything was red. You saw Nomu running towards Bakugo. However, for some reason, everything was in slow motion. Nomu wanted to punch Bakugo. You wanted to stop it, but you couldn't move your body. Come on, May. You shouted in your mind. And you finally succeeded. Your head was heavy. Your body hurt a lot, but you managed to move. You ran and stood in front of Bakugo, blocking Nomu's punch with both hands. The place where Nomu hit you started bleeding. After that, he retired. Everything went black again, and your head started hurting again, the time even more than before. But you didn't scream. You just stood there breathing deeply. May, you idiot! Do you want to die? You heard Morsha running towards you, but it seems like she was very far away from you. Before you realized what was happening, you fainted. You opened your eyes and realized that you couldn't see. I was dreaming? No, the pain was too real to be a dream, you thought. Oh, you're awake. Good morning, May. Right? You looked next to you and saw an old lady. Who are you? Where am I? What happened? You questioned her. Calm down. I'm Recovery Girl. You're currently in the UA informally. You passed out during the fight with the villains. How are you feeling, she asked. You ignored her question and asked her own. How's Ozawa Sensei? And All Might? And 13? Did anyone else get hurt? No one died, she said. You let out a breath. Why was I fainted? I don't know, she replied. I don't know. You don't know? Hessie, may I leave? You asked. You seem fine. So, yeah, she replied and got up from the bed. You got up from the bed and walked out.
So now she believes that she somehow woke up in another universe. One where everyone wore orange instead of blue to the wedding.
This
In our next story, we have these swaps.
when you're about to go to sleep, but you remember you had homework.
Someone else, 777. She believes that she swapped places with her parallel universe.
I'm the problem.
So, story goes that she was
Ouch.
out for a hike.
I was shot in both legs and arms.
They were nearing the
We
end
are
of the hike
completely
when her
defeated.
boyfriend decided to climb
Even
a
Nomu
big
was
rock
defeated.
formation.
These kids are
But he was
strong,
too tired,
especially
so
that
she
girl.
continued to walk down the
All Might
path
was
to
healthy.
him at the other end.
You were wrong,
However,
Master,
while
Shiraki
walking, she
shouted
got
as he
that
laid on the
feeling,
floor.
thinking that
The
something
TV
bad happened to
turned
her
on.
boyfriend. Then
An
all of a sudden, she was someone else. She went from
inscription
thinking, "What if my boyfriend
was
gets
seen
hurt? I should rescue
on
him,"
it.
to,
Sound only.
"I came here
And voice
alone.
was
Who
heard.
am I rescuing?" So
No,
in one universe,
I didn't make
she was
a
out
mistake.
hiking with her boyfriend. In
We
the
just
other,
weren't
she was
prepared,
out
he
hiking
said.
alone. When
Yes,
she switched
we
places, she noticed that her
underestimated
other
them.
self was a
Another
bit
voice was
different.
heard,
She was a bit
among
taller,
other things.
fitter, and
What
felt
about the
more
mas-
confident. She
What
was
about the
also
masters
carrying a tent
in
and
my
supplies
creation,
for a
Nomu?
solo journey. Her
He asked.
boyfriend was not with her.
He was
Like,
blown
what?
away.
That
More
freaked
precisely,
me out.
we
So
have
then,
no
like,
information
you're
of his
someone else?
location. The guy with the
Like,
portal said,
yourself, but then someone
I
else.
see,
Coming in at number 8,
Shigaraki.
we have
You
the
mentioned
castle.
a
Post
girl.
subreddit by the
What about
user
her?
John30859.
He asked. I believe her name
He
was
shared his
May.
experience visiting
She had
a
3
parallel
plus
universe.
quirks.
But this
I believe
one
she was
actually quite
almost as
magical.
strong as
So the story
Nomu.
goes that John
The
and
guy
his
with the
cousin
portal
were
answered.
outside on the porch
You mean a normal
when two
15-year-old
teenagers
girl
approached them and asked
is
them if
as
they wanted
strong
to
as
see a
Nomu?
castle. I
He
mean,
asked.
that has
Not like
stranger
him, but she
danger
had
written
about
all
70%
over
of
it.
his
But the two
strength.
boys were young
I
and
see.
naive, so they followed them
May.
along a path in
Huh.
the woods. Little while
We
later,
either have
they
to kill
saw
her
a huge,
or get her to
beautiful
join us.
castle
If
in
she
the
stays on
distance.
All
They
Might's
got so
side,
excited that
we
they
could
ran
become a
home to show
problem
their
for us.
parents.
She
But
could
when they
become a
arrived
problem
home,
for
his
us.
mom got mad and told them
So,
to stay inside for
hope
the
you
rest of the
enjoyed
night.
this
Here's
video,
the thing. He claims that
and
his mom is very
I will
strict.
see
She's
you
always
in
checking in on them when they're
part
playing
4,
outside. So she would have
which
noticed
will be
if they
uploaded
left.
tomorrow,
On top of that, in the area he lives in,
I'm guessing.
there are no castles or churches or
But
anything else that could have been mistaken
with that
for a castle.
said,
But the boys
leave a like
vividly remember
for another My
castle,
Hero Academia
even now at 25 years old. So what happened? Well, other people
qualitative
replied to his post
quiz.
offering him 2 explanations. One is
Maybe
that they were taken to
it would be,
Fairy, basically a parallel
what does
dimension
Bakugo
that
think
can
of
only be
you,
reached
or
by doors and hills,
any
over
other
lakes
My
and
Hero
wells,
Academia
through hedges,
characters,
etc.
including the
next
villains.
is that the
So,
teenagers were actually
let's see
aliens in disguise
if
that
this video gets over 10 likes, I will choose the first My Hero Academia quizzes. There will be a playlist soon. And if you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, go watch them. They're in a playlist of it being called My Hero Academia Life. So, bye!